It's July 27, 2021. I'm Todd Dunn, and I have just driven into Acadia National Park on my way down to the Bass Harbor Head Lighthouse just to see how crowded it is today. Well, here I am at 11 a.m. On Lighthouse Road on my way to the Bass Harbor Head Lighthouse in Acadia National Park. And it didn't look like it was going to be an issue coming down here this morning. There wasn't much traffic on Lighthouse Road, but when I got down here, I'm about 6 or 7 cars from being able to get into the parking lot. So what I'm doing right now, since there really isn't room to turn around here, is waiting for people to come out so that I can get into the parking lot and turn around. So it is pretty crowded down here, and it has been that way pretty much all summer. This is very unusual for late July. Usually in a normal year, crowding like this only happens around sunset, and most of the time, normally you could drive right down. Well, here come 2 cars out, so it looks like I'll be able to get a little farther in. Anyway, I'll pick up again when I actually get into the parking lot. Well, I've been here for 12 minutes to get in here. I'm going to just turn around and go, because there are, from my perspective, way too many people here. This parking lot accommodates about 22 cars. So that's about what you can expect. So this is what it's like on a Tuesday morning. Wow, the line has gotten really long just in the time I've been down here. This road is very narrow. 1, 2, 3, 6. There are currently 13 cars waiting to get in. So let's head on over and take a look at the Ship Harbor and Wonderland Trail parking areas and see how crowded it is there. Well, I just drove back into Acadia National Park after leaving it briefly as I exited the Lighthouse Road, and we will be at the Ship Harbor trailhead in just a moment and see how crowded it is there. So we're going to assess the crowding just by looking at the number of cars at Ship Harbor, at Wonderland, in the Seawall picnic area, and over at Seawall proper. Always have to slow down in here. "28 cars, and it's just a little ways to Wonderland." Oh, 29, couldn't see that one. So 29 cars there, and Wonderland is coming up. Looks like it might be a little more crowded. 42 cars here. So that makes 71 cars at those two spots. That is relatively crowded. I've seen it worse this year, but that is typical for a little bit later in the summer. August is normally the peak month here, and we're well ahead. So that's at 11:15 on a Tuesday morning. Quite a few tourists over here. And this is significant because this part of the park is usually relatively empty because it's a long way from the main part of the park over near Bar Harbor, Cadillac Mountain, and the Park Loop Road. We're a good 30-minute drive from over there. So if it's busy here, it is absolutely packed over there. And remember, to go up Cadillac Mountain, you now have to make a reservation, which you can only do online. And here we come up to the actual seawall area. And this is a popular spot for people to walk out to the beach from, right here. They often park there. And we'll make the loop over to the picnic area and see what it looks like. It's 11:20 now, so probably be a few picnickers setting up. And again, there are two parts to this. You can go right or left when you get out here to the ocean. Pretty calm out on the ocean today. A little hazy. Visibility is okay other than that. I can see both of the duck islands. They're visible, but it's definitely hazy. Not much wind. 6, 7 cars over at this end. And that's not so unusual. This is a very popular spot for locals to come to and sit here looking out over the ocean for lunch. One of the picnic tables here is available. And we'll take a look at the other end. Very hazy today. Here's one. Looks like the parking area is fairly busy. A lot of empty picnic tables though. The ones along the water are full, so there's that takes me to 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cars here in the picnic area. But I see empty picnic tables even right along the water, so no problem finding a place to have a picnic here today. And we will head over to the seawall area proper just to see how busy it is. It is only 100 yards or so after we come out of the picnic area. And right across the road to the picnic area is the entrance to the campground, which I am not going to go into, simply out of courtesy for people that are camping there. They don't want me, I'm sure, taking pictures of them. And here we come up to the seawall itself. it doesn't look very crowded today. I don't even see anybody out on the rocks. Oh, well, a few people down there. Okay, 4 cars here. So 20 cars at the picnic area and here. 71 cars at the 2 trailheads. That's 91 cars. And around 40 cars either waiting to get into the parking lot or parked in the parking lot at the lighthouse. So that's given that most of the cars have at least 2 and sometimes 4 or 5 people in them, maybe 400 people over enjoying this part of Acadia National Park. Okay, I'm between Somesville and Southwest Harbor, and we're heading toward Southwest Harbor. There are a number of Acadia National Park access points here. This one is called Ike's Point, and basically the road goes down to the water, and there is a little boat ramp, if you will, down there, and it's a way to get to Echo Lake. And this is not very well known. As you can see, there are only about 6 cars down here, so it's not very crowded. Now we're going to go a little bit further. There are parking areas to access some of the trails that go up over the hills for overlooks of Somes Sound, and they're on the west, and those trails end at the west side of Somes Sound, and the parking for them is right up here after we exit this Ike's Point access point. So we'll just turn and head toward Southwest Harbor, and it won't be far before we get to parking. And this is mostly for the St. Sauveur mountain trail, and another trail that goes down to one of the coves on Somes Sound. And as you can see, quite a few people are parked here. It's often worse than this, but this is the Acadia Mountain Trail here, and you can see a lot of cars, a lot of people. That's a relatively short trail, and consequently very popular. And we are right now just over a mile out of Southwest Harbor. And just up here is the St. Sauveur Mountain Trail. It has a little parking lot of its own, and when I went by on the way out here, the parking lot was completely full. I'm not going to pull in there because of that. And then we will go back into the park and head over to the swimming beach at Echo Lake, which is just up here a little bit. Okay, here is the parking for the St. Sauveur Mountain Trail, and it's right up here on the left, right here, and it's pretty full. There's only room for about 8 or 9 cars in there though. The big attraction here is the Echo Lake Beach, which we're going to turn and go down to in just a moment. We just passed the sign, and here is the turn. And we'll see what it looks like down there. There's lots of parking down there, and I suspect the beach might be pretty popular today because it's warm today. My car says it's 80 degrees, which actually is hot for Mount Desert Island. This is a nice little drive to come down here through the woods. This, of course, is in Acadia National Park, and you do need a park entrance pass. It's about a little over half a mile down here to the beach. And this is what I think of when I think of a national park road. Trees, overhanging the road, basically growing together, so you're driving through a sort of arboreal tunnel. And when you come down here, you may wonder if you've gone the right way, but you have, because you don't have to go far, and suddenly you will find that you're in the parking lot. And let's see how crowded it is. I seldom drive down here. Most of the time I walk in the off season, so I don't really know how crowded it's likely to be. But here we go. Oh my gosh. It is a madhouse. There are people here waiting for places to park. I'm just going to go and turn around. There's a loop down at the end, so I'll go turn around and we'll see. The beach here is not very big. It's maybe 75, 80 yards across. So it's packed with people today. This is one of the very few places in Acadia National Park where you can swim in fresh water. And I have not seen a single parking place yet. So even if I was inclined, I couldn't go down to the beach proper, which is just off to the right a little bit. But we'll make our loop around and head back out. So this is sort of typical, I guess, for summer here. That beach has got several hundred people at it and will be absolutely packed. And we've got people here waiting for a parking spot. And it looks like it's going to be a challenge just to get out of here. Especially with this guy who's decided to wait right in the middle of the road. So, one more stop and we'll end this look at how crowded Acadia National Park is on July 27, 2021, just before noon. It is 11:45 right now. Well, we're just coming into the outskirts of Southwest Harbor proper, and I'm going to head over to the last easy access from Acadia National Park here, and that is out Fernald Point Road, which is the second road after you pass the grocery store. And we'll make a left turn, go out past the golf course to nearly the end of the road, where we can take a look at parking for the trail that goes to Valley Cove and Flying Mountain and a couple of other places. Now this trail has a very small parking area, so we're probably gonna find it full. Well, here we are approaching the trailhead for the Valley Cove Road, and as you can see, there are a bunch of cars parked outside the parking area along the road. And that suggests to me that the trailhead parking area is completely full. This has a very small parking area. I'm just going to use it to turn around. But as you can see, it's full of cars. There's room for about 8 cars in here, but that's it. So if you want to go to Flying Mountain or Valley Cove, you really need to get here early or be willing to park alongside the road. And even there isn't that much room. Okay, that wraps up my look at how crowded it is here in the parts of Acadia National Park near Southwest Harbor, the seawall area, and a few other access points just outside the town. And as you can see, it's pretty crowded in here today. So, now bear in mind that this part of the park is quite a drive from the main part of the park over near Bar Harbor. We're 25 minutes from Bar Harbor here, and the entrance to the Park Loop Road, or to go up Cadillac Mountain. So those are the really popular parts of the park, and over here is not so popular. But as you can see, this whole area is really crowded today, which tells me that the part of the park over by Bar Harbor will be absolutely packed with people. So, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed seeing just how crowded the park over here on the western side of Mount Desert Island is, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel to get more exciting content like this. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video.